Hello, all my lovely crafters. We are making some messy yarn eggs today. And I am here to give you some instructions and hopefully give you a little bit of a demo, and we'll see how this goes. So inside your kit, there's a whole bunch of supplies, but the number one important thing you're going to want to grab is something to protect your work surface, because this craft does involve lots of glue, okay? And it is going to get messy. So definitely protect the surface you're going to work on. This is something you'd have to grab from your supplies at home. But inside your kit, of course, you've got that glue. You will have a plastic fork. You might want to grab a spoon or something to kind of scrape the glue out of your container. That you'd have to grab from home. Inside, you're also going to find a couple of water balloons. They might take a couple tries to blow up, just so you're aware. It's all staticky, it's going to cling to everything. You'll also find a paper bowl to contain your glue. You're going to find some string to get you started, and then you'll also find a paper plate, okay? From your supplies at home, of course, grab that spoon for scraping out glue. You're going to want your scissors handy, and of course, cleanup supplies, okay? First thing you're going to need is to set some things aside, because we're not going to need all of them right off the bat. Definitely set your paper plate aside. That's kind of for the end of our craft here. And let's go ahead and start by opening your container of glue carefully and dumping that inside your bowl. I'm going to use my fork to scrape it all out with. Fork's going to get messy anyway, but might be a little bit easier with a spoon. Okay. All right. So your next task is going to be to blow up your water balloon. Now, I've already done mine. We're going to do one at a time, so I'm going to set my other one aside. I don't need that quite yet either. So when you've done all of that, grab the string. It's going to come in one giant chunk, and it's a little bit of trial and error, play by ear type of thing as you go. I remember from the last time I did this a few years ago that you needed to kind of cut your string down into manageable pieces. So you'll find what works for you, but I'm going to cut, I don't know, maybe that's 18 inches, 16 inches off, and we'll go from there. I'm going to cut a few of them, just so I don't have to get my scissors completely covered in glue. Okay. Let's start with those. Now, let's see, grab one of those strings, and this one is going to be tied around the knot end of your balloon. Figured we better do that step now before our balloon gets covered in glue. Okay, this simple little knot. This is going to be the way you hang your balloon to dry, so I thought we should probably get that on now. My balloon is so staticky, it's sticking to me. All right, so grab that first piece of string, dunk it in your glue, kind of smush it around with your fork. Make sure it's pretty covered. Okay, hopefully. Ooh, if I can find it. All right, and then you're going to kind of run it in between the tines of your fork to pull off some of that excess glue. I don't know if you can see it in my video, but it's definitely doing its job. Ooh, yes, messy, here we come. Okay, and you're going to start by wrapping that glue yarn all over your balloon. First piece you just kind of want to wind around. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't have put the one to tie it up with on first, but oh well, we'll see how we do. And unfortunately, this is why I told you to protect your work surface. You kind of need multiple hands, so you've got to set that sticky balloon down and keep going, okay? Put another piece in, dunk it around, smoosh it around in that glue, and then pull the glue off. Now, I am happy with the length of, ooh, I'm kind of covered. Let me grab one of my paper towels. Ah. Wipe off my fingers a little bit. Sticky! That's better. Okay, I'm gonna grab my scissors and go ahead and cut just over 1 foot long pieces of yarn off of my giant string, because I think I'm happy with that length. Pretty easy to work with. There we go. That'll do. All right, so smush a piece around in your glue. Fish an end out somewhere. Oh, maybe. Oh, looks like I got the middle. Whoop, and pull all of that excess glue. There we go. Perfect. Off of your string. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it definitely helps aid in the drying process. Okay. So as you add more pieces of string to your balloon, you want to do your best to make sure that your string overlaps. Okay, the more spots that it touches, kind of the better. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but my string is kind of starting to overlap. That helps give your balloon, your egg actually, your egg shape when you go to finish it up and pop the balloon when it's completely dry. So the more places that it crosses, the better it's going to kind of hold up. Oh, I forgot how messy this one gets. Okay. Yep. You want to do your best to cover a lot of those open spaces on the balloon. So as you keep going, you'll notice spots where there's no string at all. That's the space you want to tackle. Okay, and just keep going, smushing that yarn through. Yeah, there we go. So when I was cutting the string for my demo here, I wasn't quite sure exactly how much string I was going to need, so I brought a little extra in with me. And I will make sure when I fill your kits that you get enough string of the same color to do your eggs. I might have to cut a little bit more, but that's okay. I feel like I'm making a very odd soup. No, definitely not soup. I don't know. I feel like I'm cooking something odd whenever I mix this together. There we go. Okay. Remember to keep looking for the, oh yeah, I got some big open holes. Oops. Oh, that one fell off. Okay. I saw suggestions online. These might have been for people making bigger eggs, but the suggestions said to cut your pieces into about 3-foot lengths, and I didn't think that was such a good idea. I figured I would get glue everywhere. I don't know about you. by the way, if you are curious, I started out with, I shouldn't say you, I started off with about 10 feet of string. But we are definitely going to need more. And make sure you're not wrapping in just one direction. Make sure you go around and then around the long way. That'll just help give your egg a little bit more shape. There we go. Let's see. Got pieces sticking everywhere. A couple of mine that I've decided to pull off completely because they stuck to the paper. Okay. So you can see, I'm not sure where the best spot is for you to see on video. There we go. Definitely need a few more pieces wrapping around the video. If you've got somebody at home that maybe can hold your egg up while you're building, that might help too. Before I get any stickier, I'm gonna try, oh boy. Okay, I am going to try to cut myself off some more yarn. Now, this is something that you could do with bigger balloons in different shapes. You could do kind of rounder and do red apples or orange pumpkins in the fall. I think that's what I did the last time. Or you could use bigger balloons and do one of the bigger eggs. Those are pretty cool too. I'm not quite that talented. There we go. Oh, now I can kind of sort of touch scissors. All right, let me find a whole bunch more yarn here. Oh, much better. Okay, I think this will do it. I'm going to quickly cut a few more pieces before I stick my hands back in the glue. Yep, mine are really sticking to this tablecloth, so it might definitely be helpful for you to have somebody either hold your balloon up while you, especially once you get more and more strings on your balloon, or the other idea is to hang it off of, tie your top string off of a cabinet handle in your kitchen. That's what I was actually going to suggest you do while it dries. But it might be helpful to actually do that step now, and that way you can kind of work and rotate and have both hands free. Okay. Let me see. Definitely not a pro here, but it's fun to get messy every once in a while. Ah, that's what I wanted. Maybe. Better. Okay. Oh, I really need 4 hands. Ooh, I'm sticking to it. Maybe if I rotate, oh, that helps. Kind of learning as I go, maybe to rotate my balloon a little bit in my hands as I do this. I need a piece around the middle and a couple pieces around the top. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay. I think a couple more pieces might do the trick, at least for my first one. Hoping to supply enough materials for you to be able to do two. That was my goal. You might have to grab a little bit more glue from your stash at home, but you should have enough to definitely at least get one done. Uh-oh, string's falling off. That's never good. So, if anybody's a pro at home, feel free to post in the comments any tips that would help our crafters out here. I gotta admit, I am not a pro. Oh, I need one right across the middle. All right, think I can do this one-handed? Probably not. I'm gonna make a total mess, but we're gonna try. This one's definitely going to be the gluiest, but that's okay. Uh-oh. Ha-ha. Perfect. Okay. Really need one. Yep, right there. Uh-oh. Okay. I think that's probably as good as I'm going to be able to get it without attaching to a cabinet or having somebody else to hold it for me. Okay. So, now that I'm completely gluey, this is the point where I'm going to stop my video and kind of let you know how to finish this up at home. Now, the most important thing when you're finishing up your egg is to let it dry for over 24 hours, okay? You want that yarn to be as stiff and as dry as it possibly can be. Then what you're going to do is very, very carefully find your scissors, find an open hole that is maybe big enough to pull the balloon out of, okay? You're going to stick your scissors in and pop that balloon, all right? And once it pops, it should kind of drop down to the bottom, hopefully, especially since the glue is dry. Might not though, so you might want to be delicate, okay? And you're going to remove the balloon from inside your yarn contraption here as best and as easiest and as most delicately as you can. Cut off the string that's holding it to the handle where it's drying, and then there you have it. You'll have a yarn egg to decorate your space with, okay? Now there should be supplies in your kit for two, and hopefully they're colors that work for you, but this is the point where you gotta take over on your own. So it's been fun, it's been messy, and I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Talk to you soon. Bye. So friends, I actually stepped away to wash my hands. I forgot to mention, it occurred to me while I was cleaning up. One of the things that is going to help you out in your drying process and keep your counters from getting a little sticky is your paper plate. Okay, so when you hang this on a handle to let it dry, stick your plate directly underneath it, and that will catch any of the drips and things that happen to fall on the counter. Okay? Sorry, should have mentioned that beforehand. But anyway, take two. I will see you soon. Bye!